Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WWTF Fast Game Show. I'm Mike C.
And I am Fred Y. Man, this was a hell of an episode to try to get together. But yo, we have got a round table going on, and we're talking about the Nintendo Switch and the pricing and the tariffs and all that other stuff. But we have two of our good family members on the show. We got my main man, Waun. Welcome, Waun, to the show. And we also can't believe it. It's like finding a unicorn or a leprechaun. We got Stan the man myself. Mr. I got my kids this weekend. He finally we finally got him on the show. Man.
Sir. And I'm still working this weekend. It's still, but it's an honor to be with you guys. Also, hit me at blackmags@chess.com.
All right.
Look at him always.
Man, we're gonna have it's gonna be an interesting topic today, man. So everybody here is a gamer. Everybody here grew up with Nintendo. Everybody grew up with blowing the air inside the cartridge to get it to work and all that stuff. And we have come through so many consoles. Now we're at the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, truth be told, when I looked at Best Buy website this evening, I thought that all the games are going to be $80, but they're not. Some of them are 80, some of them 70 and 30, but you can pre-order some of those at bestbuy.com. You also can go to bestbuy.com and see the Nintendo Switch for pre-order for $499 and $449, but you can't actually pre-order it right now. And you can't even pre-order it from Nintendo either. So we're talking about, will the price increase due to the orange man that's up in the White House? So let's start off with our guest panel. Stan the man. Let's get Stan the man. I got my kids this week in the floor. Stan, what is your opinion on the Nintendo Switch and the price and the releasing and everything? What's your thoughts on the Nintendo Switch?
Actually, it's dinner time too, but my whole thing is the date has been pushed back twice already. There was rumors for February, somewhere around that time that got pushed to March, and then it was like finally announced that it was going to be in April. April the 1st, April the 2nd. It was like April the Fools. I don't know, what they're doing with that. So I really think it's all like a marketing thing. Nintendo has always been a power seller. They're the ones that can be able to call the price and stick it there, and it will stay there forever. I think Donkey Kong 2 is still $39.99, believe it or not, if you want to go get you a used copy of that. And it's crazy. But with tariffs, the demand goes higher. I mean, we're going to be looking at probably getting a Nintendo that was made in Mexico or Canada or something else like that, just to be able to save that price. And I mean, it's going back. You know what I'm saying, to where we might have to get those ROMs and those cracks to get us a Japanese copy that's cheaper or whatever. I mean, 125% is 125%. I mean, there's no way around it. We're going to be looking at $1,300. So that's going to be on the to-do list for me. I definitely won't be camping outside, waiting for anything like that.
You want?
Me personally, I don't have much to say. I'm just hoping that it don't jack the price up. Not really satisfied with what the orange man is doing and our relationships with the rest of the world. I'm just hoping that everything stay the same. If it do go up, then I'm done. I'm just gonna stick to my Series X, and right now I'm playing that South of Midnight, and that's what I'll be playing until I'm done.
I'm getting me a Canadian version, brother. I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to do.
He tariffing Canada too.
But they just made a deal, and I think it's maybe at like 15 or 20% or 10%, something like that. But whatever it is, it's not 125%. You know.
Yeah, but he's not looking out for the people. He's looking out for his pockets.
Yep.
The people was what matter.
It's definitely money to be made here. You know, so that just makes it, you know, go even higher with, you know, the scalpers. You know, I mean, people are going to now be breaking in people's houses now for these things, like the air fryers. Man, when the air fryers came out, you know, like, come on, they're breaking in people's houses still in air fryers. So now that Nintendo's made such a high demand to be able to get you a Switch, you know, it says you have to have not only an active membership and been active for over a year, and also 50 hours online. So it's just not going to be something that a bot can be able to do overnight to be able to get one. So those people who have them, there are still going to be a lot of people who want them and won't be able to get them. So I do like that part, that Nintendo is stopping that part of it, but it's still no savings for the customer if we got to pay 125% to get a US version.
Mm-hmm.
They breaking over here. It's gonna be like a Chris Tucker joke. They're gonna be practicing.
Mike.
All right, so a couple things with that. And you notice how they're talking about some of the computer and other things won't be taxed. This is as far as a dude that switches all the time for us. The Grand Wizard. He's up there saying that those particular things, like for cell phones and computer devices, I think the Switch falls under the computer devices. I don't know exactly if it does, so it shouldn't be. Like I said, if it does, so it shouldn't be taxed. I think Nintendo's going to try to still keep it under that threshold because, for one, for this system costing as much as it is, it's already breaking the bank anyway. And for two, these cartridge games. Remember, we used to pay for big freaking cartridges, and that was like $50. You know what I'm saying? Now we're paying for this little small thing right there, right? For $90 for physical. $80 for a digital. And digital, you don't even have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to grasp, nothing to hold. You pay $80 for just a thought, basically, and that they can still just take it right away. So far as the price, I think they're not going to try to go too much higher with that because they want people to buy it. Because there is going to be a point that people are going to say hell with it. You know what I'm saying? I was already at that point because I love Mario, grew up with Mario and everything like that, but couple things interest me, but they don't interest my pockets. You know what I'm saying? This is just for entertainment and everything like that. And then, as far as us being adults in the room, I know we like to have our fun. We still prioritize stuff. Let's see, can I get a Nintendo, or do I have to pay to go to work and buy groceries? Can I eat the Nintendo? No, you can't. You could try.
Yeah, I've been flipping this box right here, and I've still yet to find out where this was manufactured at. So I know that it's not. I know it's not in the States. You know, so just with that being said, I mean, everything just goes up. I mean, even with the little Amazon chargers, you know, you get for $3.99. If that comes from across, the border.
Oh yeah, all that stuff's gonna go up.
Everything goes up. 125%.
My thing on it is when I look at the catalog, the release catalog that they have with the Nintendo Switch 2, even if it was at a price point that was feasible for me to do it, I still kind of hesitant because if you look at previous consoles and their launch titles, they had some heavy bangers, some heavy hitters. Man. Right. You can go all the way back to the Dreamcast. When that launched out, they had heavy hitters, Soul Calibur, Ready to Rumble Boxing. It wasn't just like Sega type games. With the Nintendo Switch 2, there's nothing really there that gets me to say, okay, I want to go get this game. Like Mario Kart, yeah, okay, it's cool, but it's not a big seller for me. It's not I got to get this console. The Donkey Kong, the Kirby, the Zelda, because the new Zelda game, I think that's already out on the Switch as well. It's just like when they came out with the Breath of the Wild on the Wii U and then on the Switch. I mean, the fact that the Switch version looks better than the Wii U version, but it still came out on the console, so you could still, if you had the Wii U, and you couldn't afford a Switch at that time, and you wanted to play that game, you could still play it, but at a not so great resolution versus the Switch. But there's no game on there that says, "Hey, man, I want to go out there and stand in front of Target and whatever." It's no game on that Switch, and then the controllers and the other stuff. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You having to pay $12 for a wrist strap. I mean, that stuff should come with it already.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to interrupt you right there, Fred, because one thing about Nintendo is Nintendo does. They don't have to explain anything. They don't have to advertise anything. You'll be lucky to find out something before Nintendo releases it. Nintendo has always been power seller from day one. I think the wackest thing they came out was maybe like the video Game Gear thing they had, but Nintendo has been buying everybody out, keeping one thing the same price forever, and people are still going to buy it. I mean, with it still being $500, I'm just going to have to figure out what I'm going to have to do for a few weeks to be able to save up to be able to get it, because I'm going to have it. Because I mean, there's not going to be a Mario Party that I'm not going to be invited to because I got the old Switch and they're going to be like, you know,
like, get out of here with that old thing.
Nintendo has always been the fun type of console. Like, it's not ever been something that is like everything else. It's unique. It's its own fashion, and it has its own audience, and the audience wants to buy it. And the audience still prevails, and the audience wins. You can't tell the people that people don't want the Nintendo.
I mean,
they outsold everybody.
I give them they're great innovators, because a lot of times, like I said before, when it came out with the Wii, that was the first console that was just everywhere. It was in old folks' home, and they were like crazy about the nunchucks and all that other stuff, and it was very interactive. And Nintendo has always had a first shot of everything. They start the trend, and a lot of people copy them. But just at that price point, $400 is for me personally. It's like I said, there's not a lot of games on there that would let me go out there and buy that. And then for me, honestly, it's okay. I got $500 to spare. For me, what am I going to get? Am I going to get the Nintendo Switch, or am I going to get another Ninja Slushie? And I think I'll get another Ninja Slushie. So I already got 2 Ninja Slushies. I want another one so I can have the 3-tier drink. So that take precedence over the.
Let me ask you something.
That's just like when the PlayStation Pro.
Who was that Ninja Slushie build at? Because we still talking about the same thing. We still talk about the same thing. So was that built in America?
But I get more value out of my Ninja Slushie than I would get out of my Nintendo Switch 2.
Your Ninja Slushie about to go up 125%, brother.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll go to Costco's and get that other slushie, the Ice Man. I'll get the Ice Man from Costco's. But I will get another slushie machine before I get this. It's just the gimmickry for this, the cameras, another pro controller, and all this other stuff. It's just a lot of gimmicks.
You froze up, Fred?
He's got that satellite connection. He thought it was cool.
There's no banger games in there. There's not like a Last of Us type. And I know Nintendo,
you know what?
They're in their own lane, because they don't take precedence over graphics. They take precedence over like gameplay and fun and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But just I don't even play the Switch that I have right now a lot. So for me to jump
you wouldn't be able to buy one. So if you don't got 50 hours online, you can just forget about it. You understand what I'm saying? So this is not even for you. You understand? No. You understand? This is not even for you. This is for people that play Nintendo. You know what I'm saying, Waun? You know what I'm saying, Mike? You know what I'm saying? So you can't even be a part of this conversation. You know, it's a reason why they made this for they people. they're gonna make sure that they're gonna be sold out every single time with those demands that they put on it, with the 1 year activation over or more history, 50 hours online,
right?
and a membership. So you just can't just make that up overnight. You can't even work on that today and be able to be ready for it by the end of July. So you ain't even gonna be. You better get online right now, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Well, if
You think you're
Nintendo
gonna
would
be able
stop,
to be a part of this barbecue business?
if
You know what I'm
Nintendo
saying?
would stop flagging our games when we play them online, then maybe I would have a
They
different
gonna be with us
relationship. I
because
mean, I
because they
am gonna
power
get it,
sellers.
Stan.
They power sellers.
I
I know
am
you're
gonna
gonna
get
get
it.
it,
I am
but
gonna
you
get
gonna
it. But
next year.
Yeah, I'm not going to be an early adapter of this console. I'll just wait. I am going to get it. It's no doubt in my mind that everybody that's on this panel right now will get the Nintendo Switch 2. It's just when we're going to get it, and just for me, there's nothing on there that there's no game on there that piques my interest right now. There's nothing on there that. There's nothing. And then, you're still dealing with a 1080p screen when you're doing handheld. There's no improvement. I have to dock it to get the possible 4K. Now, are they going to do the pretend 4K like PlayStation did the pretend 4K? Is this going to be checkerboard or upscale, or is it going to be true native 4K? I mean, I'll just wait until a lot of reviewers get it and see what they say about it. Now, I know that the games that's coming from Nintendo, like the Mario and the Kirby and the Donkey Kong games, I have no doubt in my mind that those will run at 120 frames or 100 whatever frames.
I thought you were gonna say $120, but they might.
Hey, don't give Nintendo
don't give no ideas.
Don't give no ideas.
Hey, they flag our videos, but they be listening to other videos.
They're not gonna flag us because we together with this one. Nintendo Power Channel. It's a reason. You gonna call me for the review. I'm gonna call you. We're gonna make sure that you understand that the gods have done touched your life in a better way. And it's just take about 50 hours. But you're gonna have to earn that. You just can't just turn it on and just sit there. Because you're gonna end up getting yourself kicked. Nintendo don't play none of that. It's fair and it's entertainment for the friends and family. And when people respect that, it's their own community, and the people want it.
But
so
that might
we gonna do what we got to do to get it.
That might shell a lot of people out, because you talking about grandparents that got money, rich grandparents that spoil their grandkids, or older folks that have kids.
They know what Nintendo
that's going to rule them out, because if they just wanted to do a spontaneous purchase for their kid to get them this Nintendo Switch 2, that's going to single them out. So that right there, to me, is asinine. I hope that doesn't take off, because then you'll have the next game console telling you that you have to have so many hours, or you got to do this and you got to do that. And we don't have the luxury of sitting home the whole day and being on a console. You know what I'm saying?
Then you can wait. So this is not for you. So you can wait.
I'm definitely waiting.
You can wait the next year or next season, next Christmas. This is for the people who've been expecting this, who want it, who want to sit home and play it, not want to put it online and sell it as soon as they get it. They want to get online, they want to play it, they want to share the experience with their friends and family. These are for those people right here. So Nintendo is making it possible for those people, because everybody doesn't have, a bot or to buy somebody that can be able to sit there and click to be able to purchase something. The site, the minute that is available. Nobody has time for that. So
Waun, let me ask Waun a question. Waun, if somebody just gave you $600, right, and said that you could buy anything that you want, and the Nintendo Switch 2 was right there in front of your face, and you had other items, you know what I'm saying, that you wanted. You're inside Best Buy, or you're inside, well, you can't be inside GameStop, because $600 ain't going buy you a Switch inside there, because they're going to jack the price up. But if you was in Best Buy and the Nintendo Switch was in front of you, you had $600, would you get the Switch, or would you shop for something else?
Me personally, I would probably shop for something else because I want myself a VR headset, and I still don't have one of those. I still don't even have my PlayStation 5 yet. So it'll probably be that because there's a lot of PlayStation 5 games that I really want to play. I'm on my Xbox. I'm very satisfied with my Xbox. That's why I'm not jumping toward any other. I mean, I'm a gamer, so I'll play any system. I don't have no system loyalty, but since I have my Series X, I'm with that. But it'll probably be a VR set, maybe a Meta or something. Or I'm not sure about Zuckerberg, but maybe something like that.
Hey, a lot of people ain't sure about him.
Yeah.
What you got,
But
Mike?
the Switch, it'll come with time. I wasn't geeking for the first Switch, but I mean, I got two of them, but I let my nieces play with them, and now they lost, so I got to find them. But other than that, yeah, I was playing the Switch, and plus when that Mutant Football League came out, I had a copy of that for the Switch and a copy of that on my Xbox, so I could play it on the go. That was my main focus with the Switch, playing games on the go.
And that's what the good sell is, far as for that Switch. It's easy, it's light. You know, you can take it on the go. Far as for that, because I bought my son a Switch. Wish I didn't, but I did. I bought him an Xbox as well too. I must love that little dude. Wish I didn't buy him that, but far as the ability to take it anywhere, and that's the greatest appeal far as for it. And people like Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? They got the Marios and stuff like that. If they would have came out with a bigger banger of Mario instead of Mario Kart, because we see that iteration every system. If they came out with, like, let's say a Mario Galaxy or another Mario Odyssey 2, I think that would drive more sales and everything far as for that if they were coming up with the big old bangers. But that's how Nintendo leads far as with that. So I guess they're trying to get everybody into something familiar, but expand a little bit and just showing you the capabilities of it. You know,
if they came out with another Mario game where I forgot the name of it, but it was the one where you could play 4 people at one time, like old school Mario, man, I'll definitely be jumping on it for that. Because that's like a fun game to play.
What you talk about, like the 2D, the 2-dimensional?
It was the
side-scrolling
Mario game, but it was like you could play 4 people at one time.
It was
everybody
a Mario
all doing the same stage together.
And I had that too. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And that was fun.
Like the Mario parties, like group games where everybody in the same room playing together. I love that type of stuff. I miss couch play, but now everything online now. So, you know.
But with Nintendo, they will make it a new experience. I'm trying to tell you. You guys need to hold on. Hold on and wait. Nintendo never.
I have no doubts about it. But it's going to be a minute before they come out with those type of games again.
Why they are the biggest.
You got to get a feel for it.
Of any game company you go into, they hog up the most real estate. It's the reason why. They are always in front. You don't gotta find them. You don't gotta find where's the Nintendo section at. There's always there.
Well, you gotta remember, Nintendo was the first company to make home-based gaming mainstream. Right. Like everybody had their Ataris, but nobody was really geeking for the Atari. When the Nintendo came out, it was almost in every household. Everybody wanted it. Even people that couldn't afford it wanted the Nintendo.
And that was $200 when that came out.
And you said what?
$200 in 1985 when that came out.
And that was a fortune back then.
Yeah.
$200? Crazy. You out your mind. Think I'm getting you that system, boy. But daddy,
listen,
that'd be good.
And one thing about it, once the kids are still here, I mean, they probably gonna have to have it. Oh man, I knew the dog was going. All right, y'all. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? You want to just like always.
No, we ain't done yet. We still talking about this a little bit.
I'm trying to get my food in.
But Nintendo know what they're doing. They always cater toward the family.
They do.
Nintendo's gonna win with this one. I'm trying to tell you. I just hope that it's not too bad on the people that actually buy it, because people are gonna want it and people can't. They won't.
I wouldn't say they would win, but they would stay afloat like they always been doing. They've been staying afloat.
Oh, they winning.
More people be geeking for PlayStations and Xboxes than Nintendo, though.
But there's already a Nintendo in the house, or 2 or 3 or 4 of them in the house already. And
That's
you know
what
what
I
I'm
said. They
saying? Come
stay,
on,
they
like,
stay,
I mean,
Nintendo stays afloat, but they're not winning.
Fred,
I
is
just don't.
Nintendo winning?
I
the
think
numbers. They got the
Nintendo
numbers,
is in
guys.
their own lane because they're not in competition with the graphic power of Xbox and PlayStation. So they're more family oriented, and it's easy to pick up a Nintendo game without having to memorize a button combination. I mean, they do have stuff like Mortal Kombat 1, but they don't have like really heavy banger games. Like they don't have a Last of Us. They don't have
Super
Days
Smash Bros.
Ends. Do
you understand me? Super Smash Bros.
That's more of a a fighting game. You know what I'm saying? But that's
at how many people are online
you
playing
can't
that
compare
today.
You can't compare Smash Brothers to a AAA game. You can't even
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
you can't even compare that to the Order. You can't even compare that Smash Brothers to the Order. That was that werewolf game that was on PlayStation. You can't compare it to that.
Well, we compared it to fighting, the category of fighting. So you can put all the fighting games that you can think of in a category and put Smash Bros in a category, and it still outsell all of them. You can put them all together, just like that.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
you kind of got a point for Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is like worldwide, so, and that has a really good following other than any other game. But yeah,
but
Nintendo, like
that's
Fred
more
said,
so
Nintendo
of
is in its own lane though.
That's more so of like Juan was saying, like couch play. More people, want a single player experience. More people are in the single player experience. More people play games like Call of Duty and those first person shooter type games. Smash Brothers is a great game. Don't get me wrong, it's a great fighting game. It's not one that I would sit down and play a lot of. It's just it just don't have the game. It just doesn't have a game right now that for me
really draws you up.
It's not going to make me get out there. It's not going to make me eat bologna sandwiches for a month to get this thing. It's not.
As far as fighting games go, I'll go back and play Vendetta before I play Smash Brothers.
And I'll take Mortal Kombat 1 over Smash Brothers any day.
Well, that's not what the world says, so I'm sorry that you guys, feel that kind of way,
Yeah, I hear what you're talking about. That's not what the world says.
In one building, probably,
Stay in the man.
Man.
Boy,
we gotta do this again. Man.
Hey guys, I appreciate y'all coming on. Juan, I appreciate you coming on. Stan,
thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you coming on. Mike, as always. So we're going go ahead and round this thing up. Juan, you're on the Xbox. If you want to give out your games tag to anybody that want to get in contact with you or any type of information that you want to give, go ahead and let them know.
Well, if you want to get in contact with me, it's Unlimited Spawn. That's unlimited with no vowels except for the U, and Spawn, SPAWN. You can hit me up on the Xbox right there.
All right, Stan the man. I got my kids this weekend. Yeah.
So, won't be available, unfortunately. So, like I said, you can hit me up on chess.com at BlackMags. That's BLKBGZZ.com.
All right.
That means don't. Yep.
So while I got all three y'all, all three y'all here. Remember, we are going to see Until Dawn. It comes out, I think, like
I gotta write that down.
Next week or week after next. Stan.
It's next weekend.
It can't be next weekend. I got the kids next weekend.
Oh no.
I know it.
Oh my God. Like, come on.
Bring the kids with
Hey, Stan. Hold on. How old are your kids, man?
Oh no. It's really online. I don't want to diverge that information, but
Okay, middle school or high school, Stan?
Huh? They not in high school yet. So
Lord have mercy.
see, they not
April
in high school
25th.
yet.
April 25th until dawn. That's when it comes out. April 25th.
That's not next weekend, right?
That's Friday.
Huh?
Yep.
I got the kids next weekend.
That's
No,
the weekend.
not next weekend. That's the weekend after next. I forgot.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The 19th is because that's
Smile,
my
Fred.
birthday
Come
weekend.
on, lift your head up, Fred. Smile, Fred.
Hey,
It's not the kids' weekend. How about that?
two more weekends.
How about that?
Oh man.
And
Oh
Stan, are you going to the movies with us or not, man?
To be determined.
Come on, man. Don't do that to me, man. Don't do that, man.
Lord willing.
So when
TBD.
when y'all see the episode,
next thing you know, you're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna get my man Stan to go pick up. You know what I'm saying? My folks over here, then I'm gonna go get them to pick up my other folks over here, then I'm gonna go get them to go, you know what I'm saying, grab some food and stuff down at that little spot I like, you know what I'm saying? Because I done cashed out him, so we waiting on him.
I don't know what the hell
Just
Stan
keep the
talking
responsibility low.
Oh,
Just keep the responsibility low, and I can make it.
All right. Okay.
Like when you invited me over for crab legs, and then the charge, he was like, "Man, if you go eat, you gotta pay."
All right. Oh, okay, Stan. All right, Stan. Stan, close the show out, please, sir.
Just like always, you can hit us up at the Gamer Show. The
Gamer Show. Great.
And follow them on all their social media and streaming platform devices.
There you go. That's pretty good, bro.
Finish it out, Waun.
I just want to say one thing before I go. Microsoft, can we please have Scalebound back?
Yeah.
But yeah, follow us at the Gamer Show. That's the Gamer Show with an A. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace, y'all.
Thank you.